Hey guys, I'm back to do another book review for you guys. And today I'm going to be finally doing a review on City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is her first book in the Mortal Instruments series, and this book took me a long time to read. But before we get into the review, I just want to say that I'm kind of doing a new style of reviewing. This was sort of inspired by Melissa the Metalhead Bookworm. I really liked the way she did her reviews, so I'm going to kind of change up my reviews a little bit. So, like Melissa, I'm going to go over the positives and negatives of a book, and then give you my rating. I think that's a better way of doing reviews. So, first I'll start off by telling you what the book's about. The book is basically about this girl named Clary Frey, and she's a teenager, and one day she goes into the Pandemonium nightclub, or one night, and she witnesses a murder. This girl takes this guy into another room in the back of the club, and they don't really, Clary doesn't see what happens until she goes into the room, and she sees that these kids kill somebody in the room. And like any normal person, she would freak out. Only problem is the person that they kill disappears, basically goes up in a puff of smoke or whatever, I forget exactly what happened. And no one can see these strange kids with these odd markings all over them that just killed this guy. And these people are called shadow hunters. Basically what they do is they go around killing demons, and also occasionally killing vampires and werewolves and fairies and whatever other mystical creatures that threaten human society. Clary's mother gets captured, and basically she is she wants to learn more about the shadow hunters and how to save her mother. So that's a basic overview of the plot. Now I'm going to do the negatives and positives of this book. I'll start out with the negatives. The first thing that really bugged me about this book was the pacing was really slow in the beginning, and it was really easy to put down. I put this book down like 5 times, and I only got about halfway through it. It was just, the first half of the book was not very good. I was also spoiled for this book, so I kind of guessed some of the things that were going to happen in it. So I don't really want to put that against the book. It was mostly because I just let myself be spoiled for this book, so I don't really want to give it a lower rating for that. But the biggest thing that bugged me about this book was that I compared this to another series that I've read, which is the Belgariad series by David Eddings. Basically, I found too many similarities with that series and this series, but it's mostly the background story of this book, which you will find out about once you read it. I also didn't really like the main character at first. I kind of found her to be a little bit annoying, and she didn't really stand out that much. She was kind of just there. I didn't really like that about it. And some of the side characters, too, were just kind of there, and they just didn't really do much. But now let's move on to the positives. Cassandra Clare created this amazing world that I really love. It's just so diverse, and there's so much in it. There's so much to explore and learn about that really kept me intrigued and kept me reading. The main character in this book really grew on me. Towards the end of the book, I really started to like her more, and she really developed as a character that I didn't really like in the first half of the book. But towards the last third of the book, she really got more interesting, and I really ended up liking that character. And it was really one character that really saved this series for me, and that would be the sorcerer Magnus Bane. Magnus is just freaking amazing. He is smart, hilarious, sarcastic, and just plain awesome. And what was ironic was that I put this book down right before I met Magnus Bane, and I was about to give up on it. Then I read the next chapter and ended up loving this book because of Magnus Bane. Also, the last half of this book was very fast-paced and intense, and even though I did know some of the things that were going to happen, it still kept me in suspense and kept me reading, because there were other things I didn't know about this book that I liked. So, overall, I would give this book, I'm kind of debating on whether to give it 3.5 stars or 4 stars, but I think I'm just going to keep it 3.5 to 4 stars. I'm not really sure exactly which one. I'm leaning towards 4, though, because I did really like this. So, I'll just give it 4 stars and call it good. And I'm really looking forward to reading the next book in this series, because I am interested in what happens next. So currently I am reading Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this soon. I haven't been really reading that much lately, but I will do a review on this once I finish it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Tell me what you thought of it. Do you like my new style of reviewing? I hope you guys did like it. And yeah, that's about it. So that's all I have to say for this review, and that was another book on the shelf. Then I read the next chapter and ended up blah, blah, blah. Then I read